Hi students, heredity from parent to progeny. So what kind of characters the parent transfers towards to the offspring? In this lesson, in the last session, we completed sex determination and discovery of sex chromosomes. Along with that, the Beetle's variations. In Beetle's variation, we discussed about two situations along with video also. So, if you all recall that two situations, beetles are present on bushes. So, when this beetle is having prominent color, prominent red color, then it is easily identified by predators. So, different birds identifies the beetles very fast in manner and they will eat those beetles. So, obviously, the character is not useful to the beetles. Survival advantage is very less to the beetle if they are present in red color. So, through the reproduction, they used to produce new generations. In that new generation, different color containing beetles are produced. In that, green color beetle arrives. So, this green color is the accurate color of the bushes. So, the crows or any birds, they can't identify the green color beetle. So, red color beetles are eaten by the predator, their number will decrease, but green color beetles slowly improvise their number. So, this kind of variation or a change is taken by the nature, natural selection we call it as. So, nature only selects the better character in the organism. Like that, in the second situation, two types of beetles are there, blue and red. So, here blue also prominent, red also prominent. So, blue color also not a useful characteristic feature to the beetle, because on green color, blue is also very prominent. So, that is also eaten by the predators. Okay. So, different colors will form, which one is suitable, that only survives, remaining it will be eliminates, that is okay. But here what I want to say, so a group of beetles, when they are present on a bush, all red color beetles are one side and blue are in one corner. So, an organism, high viable organism like elephant come and stamp on the bush. So, at that time these beetles are died because of the stamping of elephant, such a kind of animal. So, in such a way, if you observe, all red color beetles are eliminated because of an accident. Here it is not come under natural selection. Accidentally one type of beetles are eliminated. So, what it is remained? Blue color is remained. So, obviously next generation forms in blue color. So, here variations may come through different aspects. It may come through the changes in the genetical order, or it may come to the environmental conditions also may bring some of the changes, or sometimes some accidents are also bring some of the changes in the population. Okay. In the third situation, so many beetles are present on bushes. So, bushes are very thick, so much population is there, beetles are huge in number. So, suddenly what it happens, because of one disease, all leaves of the beetles are decreased, all leaves are decreased because of the attack of disease. So, in the disease what it will happen, any microbes or any kind of insects, they will eat all the leaves, otherwise they may absorb the plant juices. So, obviously the plant won't have any kind of leaves for eating. So, beetles totally it depend upon that plant juices only, but that it is attacked by the microbes. So, the plant got disease, beetles unable to get the food material, beetles unable to get the food material. So, what it will happen, they will get very less amount of food material. So, sufficient food is not there in the body. So, after few days, what it will happen in the beetle's body? So, the beetles are going to be small in size, because the body growth you can't see. So, normal size beetle, if you observe, more than that very small beetle you are able to see, that is because of the starvation, because of the starvation. Here the next generation also unable to get the food material. So obviously they are also small. But if this disease is decreased day by day and new leaves are came to the plant, then what it will happen? These small insects again gain to the normal size. So here the impact only present temporarily. How far the beetles are able to get the food material, up to that those are in a normal size. When they are unable to get the food material, then again the size will decrease, but that impact won't form in the next generation. If the next generation also unable to get, they are also weak only. But if they got the food material, again they will get the normal size. That means here the change is temporary, and the change means you are seeing externally but not internally in the genetic material. DNA not changing here, genes are not changing here, nucleic acid not changing here, only the change came from the external features. So that is why this is also one kind of change only, but it is not a permanent change, just it is a bodily change. Now that only see on screen, children. So see here, first the beetles are big in size, but after some days they are unable to get the food material, then obviously the size of the beetles are decreased. So how far it is decreased means it came into small size. But these beetles are also able to reproduce. In that reproduction, because these are not having any food material, no. So they can't give the food material to the new generation also. So next generation also very small in size, because they are also struggling for food material. When you come towards to the last stage, again they got the normal size. How is it possible? Disease cleared and plants are having full-fledged leaves. So that's why beetles got sufficient amount of food material. Then again the beetles got the normal size. So like this we are able to see different types of variations in the beetles population. Beetles population simple, very less only. But in that population only you are seeing different kinds of changes, different kinds of changes. So here we need to discuss one more point. What it is? What here we need to discuss? Changes in the frequency of genes, changes in the frequency of genes in a small population leads to genetic drift. Genetic drift. What is meant by genetic drift? Changes in the frequency of genetical order in the genes in a less population, in a small population. So first you observed red beetles, then green beetles, then blue beetles. So different kinds of variations you are observed in the genes in a small population. So this kind of changes we call it as, these kind of changes we call it as genetic drift. So that is regarding to variations in beetle population. Beetle population color may increase or decrease because of the natural selection. Sometimes it may increase and decrease, that is because of the accidents, and sometimes that is depend upon the surroundings also. Climatical factors may also show their effect, otherwise food also may show the effect. So different kinds of conditions, physical factors are also affect the beetles, and that they will bring the changes in the beetles population. So this is regarding to the beetles. Now come towards another session. See here, the next important thing is acquired and inherited characters. Acquired and inherited characters. What is acquired character? What is inherited character? Now let us see on screen acquired characters and inherited characters. So see here, acquired traits or inherited traits. So acquired traits means those which are acquired by a person or an organism after his birth. So, acquired traits are those which are acquired by a person or an organism after his birth. So, by birth we won't get these traits. By birth the organism won't get the characters. So, when they will gain that one, after his birth only we are able to get these features. So, from the interactions with his environment. So, what kind of interaction the organism will conduct with the environment, those will bring some kind of traits and characters. So, organism will gain that one after birth. By birth they won't get such a kind of traits. When it is come and interact with the environment, when it come and interact with the co-organisms, so at that time only through the environment, through the interactions, organism will gain some kind of traits. So those are called acquired traits. Unlike the genetic traits, these traits can't be inherited. So acquired traits, organism unable to pass to the next generation. So which one they will get by birth, that one only they are able to transfer, but which one they will get through the interaction with others and environment, those traits organism can't pass to the next generation. And from one generation to other, because these traits are not in the genes, so what kind of character here you are seeing, that it is not come through gene. If it is not come through gene, then how can we pass to the next generation? So it is not possible. Accumulated by a person in his lifetime. In his lifetime, any time they may get these traits, but they can't pass because those are not shows any kind of change in the genetical order. These are not came through the genes. So that's why organism unable to pass the acquired trait. Example, that one only last example, beetle example we discussed. So beetles are undergone into starvation. That means externally they are unable to get the food. That's why size decreased. But the same feature it can't pass to the next generation. Beetle is this much size, no. So because of starvation it came to so small. Next generation, if food is not available, then only this much size. If food is available, then those are came again in this much size only. Parent is this much, but the progeny may be this much. Parent can't get the food, that's why small in size, but the offspring may get the food, that's why they will come into the normal size. So such a kind of traits, we call it as acquired traits. Acquired traits. So see the examples here for acquired traits in our surroundings, what we will observe. Child learns through reading. So they will get different kinds of things through books, through reading, through learning, by reference of several types of books or media or any kind of thing onwards, they may learn several kinds of things. So father may be PG or PhD scholar, but the same thing he can't pass to the progeny. So that trait won't enter into the next generation. When the child will read, then only he will get. If father will get the experience, the same experience the child won't get without seeing that one in the external environment. So that's why some of the traits we will get through learning, through practice, and through the environment and through the interactions. A bird learning to fly, a horse learning to stay away from an electric furnace. So electric furnaces are present. So once if we face the problem with electric fence, next time it won't go that side, because already it is experienced. If it move towards to the electric fence, even it is a bird or even it is a horse, they will take more and more care towards to this. They won't enter into such a kind of boundary. They won't touch the electric furnace, because that fence will give electric shock that it leads to the death of the organism. That's why once if it experienced, it won't go towards to that side. So these kind of traits, we call it as acquired traits. If we don't know the harmness of that one, again another one will do. When he will get the experience or when they will hear about this, then only they are under the control. If they don't know about that one, obviously they will do that one. So these are not came by birth. When you observed, when you are experienced, when you are learned, when you are heard, then only you are able to follow these one. Such a kind of traits we call it as acquired traits. Now let us see another kind of traits what we have. So those are the inherited traits. Acquired traits not come by birth, but what about the inherited traits? Not all traits are physical traits like hair and eye color. Some traits or behaviors, the way an animal acts. So these all we will get through heredity. So different kinds of traits we will get by birth, no need to learn this one. So already the organism knows what it is. You swallow the food. When you will take the food, obviously the organism will swallow. For that we no need to check anywhere. For that we no need to see anywhere. For that no need of any practice. Okay. So obviously the organism, when you keep the food, it will swallow. Not only the human, any kind of organism it may be. You blink your eyes, you can't stop this one. So for this no need of learning. When I should open my eyes, when I should close, like that you no need to think. Obviously it will be happens, blinking of our eyes. You did not learn these traits, you already knew how to do them. When you were born, they were inherited. So how you got all this information? This all information we got through the genetic material. Through genes only we are able to get this kind of information. We no need to read, we no need to follow, we no need to learn, we no need to practice. So without all those only we are able to do several kinds of things. Those traits we call it as inherited traits. Now let us see some more examples of inherited traits. Eye color, you can't change this one, by birth we will get. Skin color, fair or black, whatever it may be, come from the parents or grandparents. Hair color, so what kind of brownish or blackish, whatever it may be, that is also come from the parents and through genetical order only. Curly and straight hair, you can't straighten the curly hair, you can't make it change, because already this change came in the DNA material. That's why you will get this feature. Dimples, so many are have the dimples, this is also inherited trait only. Freckles and height, so you are able to see different kinds of length in the organism, not only humans, any kind of organism. They can't reach to the what it is high heights. The remaining organisms, how far they will grow, how far the parent the height it will be, how far the grandparents height it will be, like that only the progeny also. For example, humans, if the mother and father are short, then obviously the progeny is also short. If any gene come from the grandparents, sometimes they may also tall, because the tallness already present in the ancestor's body. It is already present in the grandparents' body, aunt's body. So that's why it came to the progeny. So without any kind of such a character, progeny won't get certain type of height, or it may be dwarf, or it may be fair, or it may be black, or the skin, what is it, forehead color, forehead shape and face shape and earlobes. All these features are also come from parents and grandparents or from the ancestors. So what kind of traits you will get from the parents by birth, those one we call it as inherited traits. These inherited traits, the progeny again able to pass to the next generation, but the acquired trait, the organism unable to pass. Only through learning, through practice they are able to get. So these are the information that I want to pass to you regarding to this what it is, acquired and inherited characters. Now let us see another important segment in our lesson, that it is one more great scientist, Jean Baptiste Lamarck. So Lamarck is a familiar person in our science. So he did several experiments and he proposed several theories. In that theories, what is the important theory? First one who proposed this theory, that is none other than Lamarck. What is that theory? Theory of evolution. Theory of evolution, first he only said, he only proposed. Of course later several scientists worked on that and they said several kinds of aspects. Some of the aspects are not equal to the Lamarck's thinking also, that it is different. But first of all, the theory of evolution was proposed by Jean Baptiste Lamarck. And Lamarckism is very familiar phenomena, and what he said, that it is inheritance of acquired characters. Lamarck said first time some of the characters. What are those characters? He is saying acquired characters. It is right or wrong, that we will discuss later. So first of all, what he said, that it is acquired characters are inherited. So acquired character, parent able to transmit to the progeny, like that Jean Baptiste Lamarck proposed. Of course he gave some examples also, but later Weizmann, another scientist, he disproved the experimental result of Lamarck. So what he did, that it is not correct, like that said by Weizmann. Augustus Weizmann is another scientist. But first of all we should read, must and should read regarding to the Lamarck and Lamarckism. Acquired characters or inherits, like that he said. How he said like that? Through an example. Here see example. Jean Baptiste Lamarck, he took an organism for his experiments. What is that organism, children? That is giraffe. So giraffe. So first you see the giraffe, it is up to some extent small organism, original short-necked ancestor. How we can say in the olden days giraffes are short like that, who can observe that one, means we may get a doubt. In the olden days also, so many thought. Now what kind of organisms we are seeing, so many years before also organisms are like that only. They thought like that. So there is no changes in the organisms. Now what organism you are saying? Several millions years before also the organisms are looking in the similar pattern like that. But Lamarck said, no, it's not like that. Every organism shows adaptations. Every organism shows some modifications to survive in particular environment, to survive in a particular climatical conditions. Organism slowly develops some kind of changes, that only we call it as evolution. Up to that Lamarck is correct only. Organisms are now what it is present, like that it won't be present in several millions years before. That is absolutely correct. But in what way he explained that one, that process is wrong. What he said, giraffes are like deers. So many years before, giraffes are looking like a deer or goat, means very small. They have all four limbs in a same pattern. Okay, but keep stretching neck to reach higher leaves on tree. What he hypothesized, in some situations, these giraffes are unable to get the food material from the ground. Ground is having so much grass and small plants, no? So this giraffe unable to get the food material from the ground. So what the giraffe did? He started stretching the neck. Slowly it is raised the neck and it tries to catch. It tries to catch the branches of the plant and stretching. Still more they stretched like that. Several years it stretched the neck for the capturing of the leaves. and stretching until neck becomes progressively longer. So, when the giraffes are stretching their neck continuously, then it leads to the neck in a longer manner. Not only the neck, if you observe the forelimbs, not forelimbs, F-O-R-E, forelimbs means front side two legs are also it will become means too long. Why? Because they are trying to catch the grass or the branches what it is came from the trees. So, to catch that one, when they used to stretch the neck, not only 1 or 2 days, several generations they are trying to capture that branches. So, that is why slowly the neck elongated and forelimbs are also grown very big in manner. So, this is the, it may be happens like that Lamarck hypothesized. Okay. And next see how to how it shows a change. See, first one is like a lamb, a small goat, but after stretching the neck, see how far it became a bigger one. Lamarck believed that an animal could change its physical traits, physical appearance to make better use of resource. So, naturally the neck is useful, but better use means the neck normally it is useful to capture the grass on the ground, but better use means it is able to capture the branches which are hanging from the trees. So, better use, it may changes is the physical factors like that he said. So, finally theory, Lamarck by this observation, through this observation Lamarck said these ones, what it is, he believed that species have changed over time for the purpose of adaptation. This is correct only. So, animals shows different kinds of modifications, changes, and they shows those changes, those one we call it as adaptations over a long period of time. Then only the species are capable to survive, otherwise they can't survive in the environment. Use and disuse. Structure grew or shrank based on how much they were used. So, the structure may be grow or it may shrink. That is depending upon the usage he is saying. If the organism will use continuously, it will be present. If it won't use, it will be disappear. If it is using for better use, it will shows the modifications. Transmission of acquired traits. Parents could transmit the characteristics acquired through use and disuse directly or to their offspring. So, what kind of character here the giraffe is showing? That character this giraffe able to transmit to the next generation. So, it is stretched the neck, so the neck became longer. So, that same phenomena that giraffe able to transmit to the next generation, it is a physical trait. It is a physical trait. So, acquired trait it is, not present genetically in the giraffe's body, but still it is able to transfer into the next organism, into the progeny, into the new generation, like that Lamarck said. Now, let us see another important scientist, August Weismann. So, August Weismann is one of the familiar scientists. He also conducted several experiments based upon the Lamarckism. So, he understood what Lamarck said, but he started experiments. Is it correct or not? Is it possible or not? How far it is possible? Like that, he started experiments. He strongly believed external traits, acquired traits, organism unable to pass to the next generation, like that he want to prove. So, that is why he conducted some more experiments on different organisms. He selected one more organism and he started experiments on that organism body. So, what is that organism and what the Weismann want to say? Friedrich Leopold August Weismann, Germany scientist is hereditary particles retained only if needed. Hereditary particles retained only if needed as development progresses in somatic cells, but remains unchanged in the germ plasm discovery by cloning. So, what kind of features will transmit? Which one are related to the germ cells, but which are present in the somatic cells, those changes organism unable to pass, like that August Weismann believed. But how far his experimental results or disproved the Lamarckism. So, here to know that one, we need to understand the Weismann's experiment on rats. So, in today's session, we learned about different kinds of acquired and inherited traits and Lamarckism and his experiments, and now we will continue our session with Weismann's experiment. Thank you.